Incoming transmission standby. Welcome to the Nod News Network. Russia re-engages in global trade, German think tank says. According to the Kiel Trade Index, activity at the country's main ports is now approaching pre-sanctions levels. Russia appears to be regaining its footing in global trade, as evidenced by surprisingly high activity at the country's container ports despite international sanctions, the Kiel Institute for the World Economy reported. International. The German Institute for Economic Research published August trade data on Thursday, showing that for the first time since last year, cargo unloading at Russia's three largest container ports is approaching levels observed during the conflict. The conflict in Ukraine broke out in February 2022. The country's three most important ports are in St. Petersburg on the Baltic Sea, Novorossiysk on the Black Sea and Vladivostok on the Pacific coast. According to the latest Kiel Trade Index, arrivals at the port of St. Petersburg, Russia's largest container shipping port, has surged in recent weeks after an earlier 90° drop. Meanwhile, overall activity at the country's ports was surprisingly high. It is unclear where the container ship traffic is coming from, but Russia appears to be re-entering global trade. This is happening despite sanctions imposed by Western countries and a decline in the value of the ruble, said Vincent Stammer, head of the Kiel Trade Index. The research agency did not specify the number of containers passing through the three ports last month but instead provided a chart showing the percentage change in container arrivals compared to the same period last year. The report came as China released data showing that imports from Russia in August rose more than ever in dollar terms. According to customs data cited by Bloomberg, Beijing bought $11.5 billion worth of Russian goods last month. Trade between the two countries has increased since last year. The Russian government expects trade with China to reach $200 billion this year, surpassing the previous record of $190 billion achieved in 2022. The Kiel Trade Index estimates the trade flows, import and export, of 75 countries and regions around the world, as well as global trade overall, based on an assessment of real-time ship movement data. This has been the Nod News Network, transmission complete.